I'm Dave McHugh at the D3Hoops.com Classic, talking to Coach Ioane from Willamette after a tough but thrilling game against Colorado College. And really, you guys led for about three-quarters, or really were trailing for about three-quarters of the game. You kept getting a small lead, and then Colorado College respond. You led for the last 5 or so minutes. Colorado College responds and pulls it out. That's a tough one for you guys.
You know, it's a great, you try to simulate some of those things in practice, but nothing beats actually on the court. Clock's winding down. We're up with 2 minutes to go. That game situation. So, I think at one point, I think we had 4 freshmen out there, and it's a learning process for them. As a coach, I got to do a better job of getting them prepared. But, they really fought their butts off, and I'm proud of how we showed in these 2 close losses down here.
Yeah, you guys unfortunately come out 0-2, but a lot of people will talk about this being like a learning experience for a lot of teams, and it's a good learning experience for you guys who have your all-everything guy and your all-conference guy out with an injury. This is a big test for your team to step up to.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to make excuses. We're missing Bubba Lucky, double-double guy, but at the same time, I think it was a huge step up for the guys that had to fill in and do some other things for him. We saw Kyle McNally, a senior, who's always been a utility guy for us, step up and have 15 and 9 tonight and really show us some things he can do. We just had, I think we played 13 guys, and they all did something positive. So I think going forward, especially with the teams we see coming home, Whitworth and Whitman, we got to have a team effort to be in those games. So I think that was a good thing for us.
You mentioned McNally, 15 points. Brendan McCullough with 22 points. Got a good look at that last shot.
He did.
Got a little bit short, but you got to like how everybody, as you point out, stepping into different roles, especially when you're going to go right into the teeth of conference play coming up here.
Well, I think there's no better way than baptism by fire. Brendan being a freshman from San Antonio. Nico was really good yesterday, a freshman from LA. And then some of our wings that haven't had to carry us before, because Bubba does a lot of lifting. Bridger, Hayden Russell, Joe Jackson, a senior. Those guys really played well this weekend. So I feel really good about our team. I feel horrible about a 2-point loss, but I feel really good about where we're at, despite what our record says.
And we indicate you're going right into the teeth of the conference. Conference seems like the top has come down just a little bit. Whitman and Whitworth and those aren't playing as we're accustomed to. Kind of gives life to those like yourselves. Hey, we can maybe go get them.
I don't want to say it out loud and jinx it, but they might not be as awesome as they've been. They're still very, very good teams. Well coached. Coach Bridger and Coach Logie do a great job. And they've been the banner carriers for the league for so long. But I think, like you said, the rest of us are coming. They forced us. Hey, we got to do something to catch up to those 2 teams. So recruiting, the styles we play, we've had to chase them, and hopefully this weekend we can see how close we really are.
I was going to say, and growth from this can certainly help you, and you kind of get those guys right off the gate. So it's not like they're looming. They're here now.
Exactly. Let's just go to work. We know the preparation. We've seen the film. We just played 2 really good teams here in a great environment. So hopefully going home we'll feel at ease and have some fun playing basketball.
Of course, most of the conference got this experience last year. You guys got to come this year. Did you make the most of it? What did you guys do for
I think
some fun?
The thing the guys really enjoyed was having able to have practice at Impact, and see all the NBA players' jerseys up on the wall for who's worked out on that facility. That's a practice I didn't have to do much motivating. I could say, hey, that's Kevin Garnett, Allen Iverson, those guys are looking down from there. You can't slack off today. They really like that. Just experience on the road as a team, being together 24 hours a day is great for us, and we've been treated really well by you guys. Sport Tour's done a great job making this really easy. Show up and play, have fun, show up and play again. So we've enjoyed our experience.
You guys can at least go up to the Strip.
We're going to tonight.
They
might be a little mad for a while, but they'll get some food.
Now they'll forget about it once they see the lights,
of Las Vegas. Exactly.
Well, Coach, I appreciate you coming on and joining us. Appreciate you coming to the tournament as well. Thanks for a couple thrilling games, and we'll look forward to keeping track of you in the Northwest Conference.
Thank you guys very much for everything you do.
Coach Ioane joining us here at the D3Hoops.com Classic from Las Vegas.